Let me take you through the absolute final session, but probably for me, the most gratifying as a Juniper Mist employee, just bringing this technology to market. I'm going to talk to you about the customer verticals and the momentum we're seeing in each of the verticals, right? When Mist came onto the scene, we shipped our first access point in February of 2016. Our first production Fortune 10 account deployed in June of 2016. And so here we are about almost 7 years later. Where are we? Where's the scorecard? Let me start with one vertical that's very near and dear to me is higher education. Worldwide, higher education accounts are coming to us in a big way. Top universities on the U.S. East Coast, U.S. West Coast. I think there were like 7 or 10 RFPs in the UK that were awarded in the last 60 days. We won 9 out of the 10 of them, right? It's literally, the dominoes are falling in higher ed. If they see us, they buy us. If they see us, they can't unsee what they see with Juniper Mist. So higher ed has been awesome. University of Massachusetts Amherst, if you talk to their CTO, Jim Molesky, he will tell you the support ticket volume for the campus, the reduction in support ticket volume, over 90% reduction compared to their previous vendor deployed, right? So large higher education institutions for us, basically, there isn't a network in higher ed that we are not ready for scale-wise, right? So second one, this vertical is actually particularly very interesting because they were very late to the cloud market, right? Today, I can proudly tell you in the top 5 financial institutions, one of the largest financial institutions, lock, stock, and barrel, probably 60,000 AP deployment, moving away from their incumbent controller-based vendor. In the top 10 financial institutions, we are deploying about probably 23,000 APs displacing. So financial institutions are in Australia, the 2 of the top 5 financial institutions deploying Juniper Mist. Obviously, where you see the logo, that's a public reference. The QR codes are a direct link to our customer case studies for that specific vertical, and the short URL will also take you there as well. So again, this industry is coming to us, and we're excited about it. Retail has been our forte. Literally, in retail, there is absolutely no reason to consider any vendor other than Juniper Mist. And I don't say that lightly, because if you test it, if they try it, even deals that we lost in retail, they will tell you this was the technical winner, right? For whatever reason, partner or pricing or something else, but technologically, given the Bluetooth Low Energy, stuff that we bring, some of the largest retailers in the world are deploying with us. Our largest retail deployment right now is about 140, 150,000 APs deployed, and during the pandemic, they did about 3,000 to 4,000 APs per calendar day night being deployed. So, so super proud of it. Some of the largest Meraki Cisco displacements, Aruba displacements are in retail. Manufacturing and logistics, one of the top 3 EV manufacturers, very interesting shop with legacy controller-based architecture is a new customer for us for their corporate deployments. We have manufacturing deployments in automotive manufacturers, in all kinds of industries. Seagate is a public reference for us in their manufacturing facilities. So again, manufacturing, logistics, lots of very interesting use cases there. K through 12, a huge one for us. We grew the fastest. We are the vendor for Juniper Mist, the fastest growth in E-rate across all vendors in this year's E-rate season that just concluded. The highest growth rates in wireless, highest growth rates in wired, and candidly, most other vendors had negative growth this year. We had over 60% growth in our E-rate awards this year. Some of the large deployments, one of the K through 12 school districts, 150,000 student school district, there's 50,000 school districts, and then of course the all the way down to a small school district, right? Again, another vertical, just the basic simple stuff we do with the amount of lean IT they have and the number of people that they don't have, in K-12. This is a no-brainer of a solution, right? This next one obviously is a crown jewel for us. ServiceNow displaced their wired wireless SD-WAN with us. The complete SD-WAN backbone is Juniper Mist. The complete wired network, Juniper Mist, and the complete wireless network, Juniper Mist. And just here are 3 outcomes that we have driven for and with ServiceNow. 90% reduction in the wireless tickets, 70% reduction in the OpEx on the wired SD-WAN side, 60% reduction in CapEx, the dollars they spend relative to their existing vendor. What does that mean? They went all wireless, truly all wireless offices, took away all the Ethernet ports to all the cubes, everything, development, the entire company, all wireless. Similar story with Autodesk, Seagate, lots of, enterprise is a huge vertical for us. Last but not least is healthcare. Some of the largest healthcare institutions, probably 60, 70,000 access point deployments, meaning thousands of hospital clinics and hundreds of hospitals, large, each hospital probably 3,000 to 4,000 access point type of hospitals, clinical care, ICUs, the whole 9 yards, cloud enabled, AI driven, Mist Wi-Fi. We're super proud of this. The public references are Atlantic Health, Centara Health, Northeast Georgia Health, lots of very, very good hospital systems. If you're in healthcare, you have to look at cloud as a sense of reliability and scalability versus the other way around. And then truly, last but not least is federal. We've just, we are FedRAMP ready. We have federal civilian agencies deploying very, very large networks with us on the Juniper Mist cloud. Our SD-WAN portfolio is actually the preferred and only requested SD-WAN in some of the very high-profile federal agencies in the U.S. Lockheed Martin, as an example, launched a joint partnership with us, serving the Department of Defense, because with Juniper Mist SD-WAN, the efficiency we drive on the WAN side with tunnel-less architecture and adaptive encryption, it works amazingly on satellite links and low latency, low bandwidth links, and so this is a big vertical for us. So the moral of the story.
Oh, before you go on to verticals, I didn't see anything for like LPV or arenas. What's your publicly referenceable situation look like?
So the publicly referenceable last one, the event we did is AWS reInvent. That's what we keep referencing, 60, 80,000 people. From a large public venues, we are going into, probably you will see us in a major sporting event in the next couple of months. We just won a global major sporting event for a lot of the stadium Wi-Fi and a bunch of stuff. Not deployed yet. We just won the deal, and then a few in APAC as well. It's been a vertical that, again, my personal feelings do matter when we go to market. And so we said, okay, we'll get there when we get there. We do have stadiums in higher ed. We do have stadiums in football stadiums in schools that we service, but it's not been a focus.
It's not the same as an NFL stadium.
It is definitely not. Yeah. No.
So I love hearing success stories, but where did you struggle?
Where did we struggle?
Arenas.
Exactly.
Sorry.
What he said. Where do we struggle? To be honest, I think between us and world domination is only 2 things. Honestly, I mean, only 2 things. It is incumbency. It's awareness and incumbency. That's it. It's if people can't mentally get over, oh, this is how I always done it. Oh, I don't have CLI access to the controller. It's just if they can't get over it, and if we can get them to cross that chasm, we lose, right? So it's first awareness, right? We have immense opportunity, even though we are number 3 in the North America market share as a global market presence, and there's so much opportunity. It's awareness, and the second thing is incumbency. Those are the only 2 reasons we lose. And it's getting over that, the control piece of the controller. Yeah. And so, yes, we have lost a couple of large retailers in the US, and they still run controller-based businesses. That is what it is. Any other questions? You've had an immense amount of content thrown at you today, and we appreciate your patience. Chris, your question on, can ChatGPT help personalize based on an individual's, persona? That was very insightful. Again, we come here to learn, to build with you, and many of you have deployed Mist networks, and we appreciate that. So I'll just take maybe the last 5 minutes to take some questions. Otherwise, for a change, we will finish on time.
Well, maybe going back to the premium analytics. So everything is exported to the premium analytics, and so we can get nice graphs. But how long or how much data is being stored actively in the cloud? Because in the example we saw a DFS channel. I would expect RRM to say, well, hey, I have DFS on this channel a lot, remove it from my channel plan, and then it wouldn't even show up in my premium analytics.
So specifically on DFS and radar detections. So this is something that we, I think, talked about at MFD 6?
2 years ago, yeah.
So RRM has a capability to de-emphasize RRM channels based on learned detections. So that should just happen. So if there's persistent detections on specific channels, those will be de-emphasized, not removed, but de-emphasized from the RRM channel plan.
So, but just to clarify that, it is built into the product today. When you say it should just happen, it happens today, right? However, people do want visibility on where do I get hit with radar. I mean, it's we did this large global rollout, had lots of success worldwide, but their one San Diego building just was the bane of their existence because of, it was next to the Air Force base, the Navy base there. And so visibility of this is powerful, and that's what Premium Analytics is storing that data. 13 months.
13 months, the minimum can be longer as well.
Yeah.
And just one more point, there's another customer who has a worldwide deployment, and I think there was one particular site near an airport, in his org. So every site healthy. That one particular site has frequent DFS detections, and that's handled with RRM.
Yeah.